The moment your plate touches the table, something changes in your dog. They may have been asleep 2 rooms away. They may have looked completely uninterested 5 seconds ago. But then, almost like they heard a secret signal, they appear. No barking, no big performance, just those quiet eyes fixed on you, like your dinner has become the most important event in the house. And most people laugh and say, of course they want food, but that answer is too small. Because what your dog is doing at mealtime is not just begging. It is memory, instinct, attention, attachment, habit, and love all happening at once. And by the time you hear the last reason, you may never look at that silent little face under the table the same way again. Let's begin with number 7. Number 7. The smell wakes up an ancient part of their brain. Yes, your dog can smell your food, but to them, smell is not just smell. It is information. It is history. It is possibility. Before dogs had soft beds, squeaky toys, and names printed on collars, their ancestors survived by noticing where food appeared, who had it, and when it might be shared. A cooking smell meant opportunity. A human eating meant crumbs, bones, scraps, grease, warmth, and survival. That instinct is still living inside the modern dog, even if that dog has never missed a meal in its life. So, when your dog appears beside your chair, they may not be starving. They may simply be responding to one of the oldest messages in their nervous system. Food is near. Stay close. Watch carefully. But here is the part many owners miss. There is a difference between a dog that is truly hungry and a dog that is calmly tracking a ritual. A hungry or anxious dog may pace, whine, paw, jump, lick their lips again and again, or become restless. A dog that is simply following the old pattern often becomes strangely still. They sit. They wait. They study. They are not losing control. They are calculating the moment. That stillness is not always need. Sometimes it is patience written into their bones. And once you understand that, the scene becomes less annoying and more fascinating. Your dog is not just staring at your dinner. A part of them is listening to an ancient bell that has been ringing for thousands of years. Number 6. Your meal is the most predictable moment in their day. Think about life from your dog's point of view. You are the center of their world, but you are also hard to predict. You leave through doors they cannot open. You stare into glowing rectangles for hours. You move from room to room without explaining why. You take calls, run errands, shut doors, change moods, change clothes, and disappear into the outside world. To your dog, your life is full of mysteries, but mealtime is different. Mealtime has a shape. It has sounds. Cabinets open, plates move, a chair slides, the same light comes on, the same spot at the table matters, and then, for a little while, you stop moving. You are finally in one place. For an animal that loves you by tracking you, this is powerful. Your dog may not only be excited because food exists, they may be relieved because you are finally still enough to belong to. That is why some dogs arrive before the meal is even served. They know the pattern before the first bite. They know the sound of the drawer. They know the rhythm of the kitchen. They know that when you sit down, the house becomes easier to understand. This is a practical insight every owner can use. If your dog becomes too intense around food, don't only think about the food. Think about predictability. Give them their own mealtime rhythm. A mat near the table. A safe chew, shoo, and a simple command like place. A calm reward when they settle. You are not rejecting them. You are giving their nervous system a clear job. Dogs relax when they know where they fit in the pattern. Number 5. They are studying your mood, not just your fork. Dogs are experts at reading the human body. They notice things we barely notice in ourselves. The way your shoulders drop when you finally sit down. The way your voice gets softer after a long day. The tiny sigh before the first bite. The way your face changes when something tastes good. Your dog has spent months or years learning the emotional weather of your body. They know your rushing walk. They know your angry silence. They know your tired face. They know your fake, cheerful voice. And they also know the version of you that appears when you are eating in peace. To them, that version matters. At the table, you may become less guarded, less busy, less unreachable. For a few minutes, you are not solving, rushing, typing, cleaning, or leaving. You are simply there. And your dog notices. This is why some dogs stare more at your face than at the plate. Watch carefully next time. Are their eyes following the food, or are they checking your expression? Are they waiting for a scrap, or are they waiting for the moment your eyes soften and meet theirs? For many dogs, the reward is not only taste, it is connection. It is the tiny confirmation that your mood is safe and your attention might return to them. This also explains why a dog may behave differently depending on how you eat. If you eat while stressed, standing up, rushing, or scrolling, they may become more restless. If you eat calmly and speak to them gently, they may settle faster. Your calm is information. Your face is information. Your silence is information. Your dog is not just watching what goes into your mouth, they are watching what happens to you while it does. Number 4. They have learned the secret rules of your table. Your dog is not guessing randomly. They are a quiet scientist living in your home. They know who drops food. They know who says no, but means maybe. They know which child is careless with toast. They know which guest thinks one little bite will not hurt. They know that snacks on the couch are different from dinner at the table. They know that holiday meals are more generous than weekday salads. They know the sound of cheese. They know the smell of chicken. They know the difference between you opening a bag for yourself and opening a bag for them. This is not bad behavior by itself. This is learning. Dogs repeat what works. If staring quietly once earned them a piece of meat, the stare becomes a strategy. If pawing made you laugh, pawing becomes part of the performance. If whining got them attention, whining becomes a tool. This is where many loving owners accidentally train the exact behavior they later complain about. The good news is, you can change the pattern without hurting the bond. Do not reward jumping, barking, scratching, or pushing into your space. Reward calm distance. Reward lying on the mat. Reward quiet waiting. And when you do share, make it intentional, safe, and separate from pressure. For example, give a dog-safe treat after they settle, not while they are demanding. This teaches them that peace works better than begging. And remember, love does not require handing over whatever is on your plate. Some human foods are dangerous for dogs, including chocolate, grapes, raisins, onions, garlic-heavy foods, cooked bones, and meals loaded with salt or fat. So the kindest answer is not always, "Here, take some." Sometimes the kindest answer is, "I see you, I love you, and I am keeping you safe." That is a deeper kind of care. Number 3. They want to be included in the moment. Dogs are social animals. They do not understand family the way humans describe it, but they understand closeness. They understand who sits together. They understand who moves as a group. They understand when laughter fills a room and when someone is being left outside of it. When you eat, especially with other people, your dog may sense that something important is happening. The family has gathered, the voices are warmer, the chairs are occupied, the room has a center. And your dog wants to be near that center, because being near the center means they are still part of the group. This is why a dog may choose the person they are most bonded to, even if someone else has more food. They are not always following the biggest plate. Sometimes they are following their safest person. This is also why some dogs become upset when you take your food behind a closed door. From your perspective, you just wanted a quiet meal. From their perspective, the ritual happened without them. They were not trying to be dramatic. They were trying to rejoin the circle. A useful way to handle this is to create inclusion without chaos. Give your dog a place nearby, but not underfoot. Let them be close enough to feel included, but not so close that they control the meal. A bed in the dining area can become their seat at the family table. They learn, I belong here, but I do not need to beg to prove it. That is a powerful message for a dog. Because sometimes the thing they are asking for is not a bite. It is a place. Number 2, they are checking whether the home still feels safe. This one is subtle. Many dogs use routines to measure the emotional state of the household. A calm meal can tell them that everything is normal. The people are together. The voices are steady. The leader is not panicking. The room is not dangerous. The day is ending the way days are supposed to end. In that sense, your dinner can become a daily safety signal. Some dogs watch intensely at the beginning of the meal and then relax after a few minutes. That may be because the check is complete. You are seated, you are eating, nothing bad is happening. The home is still stable. But if the table is tense, if people argue, if chairs scrape harshly, if someone eats while angry or crying, your dog may not know what to do with that energy. They may stare harder. They may move closer. They may try to interrupt. They may beg, not because they are greedy, but because they are trying to participate in fixing the discomfort. Dogs often offer behaviors that have worked before: a cute face, a paw, a nudge, a little performance. Not always to get food, but to change the emotional temperature of the room. This is why your response matters. When you glance down and speak gently, you may be doing more than acknowledging a pet. You may be telling them, the house is okay. You are okay. We are okay. That does not mean you must give them your dinner. It means you can give them steadiness, a soft word, a calm hand. A predictable boundary. For dogs, safety is not explained, it is demonstrated. Number 1. They are asking for proof that they still have a place beside you. This is the part that changes the whole scene. Your dog is not capable of asking, "Do I still matter to you?" in human language. So, they ask with presence. They ask by following you into rooms. They ask by resting their chin on your leg. They ask by looking back during walks. They ask by waiting near the door. And yes, sometimes they ask by appearing at your feet when you eat. Food is one of the first forms of love any young animal understands. Warmth, milk, closeness, safety, the body of the mother nearby. In early life, nourishment and belonging are tied together. Later, when your dog lives with you, you become the keeper of food, routine, comfort, and home. You are not just the person who fills the bowl. You are the proof that they are wanted here. So when they watch you eat, the question beneath the behavior may be much bigger than, "Can I have some?" It may be, "Am I still included? Is there still room for me?" End quote. Are we still connected? And here is where responsible love matters. You do not have to answer that question with a piece of your meal every time. In fact, you probably shouldn't. You can answer it with a smile, with their own safe treat, with a calm, "Go to your place," followed by praise, with a hand resting on their head after dinner, with a routine that says, "You are not forgotten just because this plate is not yours." That is the new way to see it. The scrap was never the whole message. The message was the bond. A dog does not need your entire dinner to feel loved. They need evidence, small evidence, repeated evidence, a glance that includes them, a boundary that protects them, a ritual they can trust. A place near you that does not have to be earned through begging. So the next time your dog appears when you sit down to eat, pause before you call them spoiled. Look at the whole story. The ancient nose waking up, the pattern of the household forming, the eyes reading your face, the little scientist remembering what worked before, the social heart wanting to be near the family circle, the nervous system checking whether the home is calm, and underneath all of it, the quiet question every dog asks in 1,000 different ways: do I still belong with you? And your answer does not have to be loud. It does not have to be a bite from your plate. It can be a gentle look, a safe routine, a soft word, a place beside the table. A kindness that says, yes, you are still part of this. Because in the hidden mind of a dog, love is not measured in grand speeches. It is measured in patterns. The chair you pull out, the voice you use, the space you save, the way you notice them, even when you do not give them what they want. And here, at Mr. Hidden Mind, we believe the deepest conversations with animals are often the quietest ones. Your dog may never say, "I love you," the way you say it. But they ask for love every day in ways most people overlook. And when you learn to hear those silent questions, you stop seeing a begging dog under the table. You start seeing a loyal heart waiting for one small answer. You are safe. You are seen. You are still mine.